All right, coming up now on 7:30, experts say Asian giant hornets will not be buzzing around Washington for much longer. Up ahead, what's expected to happen to those hives this winter?
Local restaurant owners are making many changes because of restrictions. This morning we hear from one of them after a viral Facebook post asking for community support.
And we are waking up to some thick fog this morning. We're going to talk about how long that sticks around and why you can expect more this weekend.
Up with KREM begins now.
We'll check this out. A virtual experience at Seattle's iconic Space Needle will be held to ring in 2021. Organizers at the Space Needle say they will use sky mapping technology and real video footage. The Space Needle will be layered with immersive digital artistic expressions to create an illusion of a color show. In reality, though, the Space Needle will stay lit in just one color. Pretty cool how they're able to do that with technology and mix up what would be a fireworks show for New Year's.
Yeah, you know, I think I just found my New Year's plans.
Yeah, seriously, that's I'll have to tune in.
Yeah, it's going to be great. Great way to social distance. And I don't know about you, Jen, but I'll be able to stay warm then.
I know we've been talking about we all run cold, so we like to stay nice and warm. And what a great way, yeah, you can sit inside in your sweats and cozy socks and toast at midnight while watching from the comfort of home.
Yeah, there you go. That sounds like a lot of fun.
Yeah.
Jeremy, in terms of the forecast today and this weekend, what's it looking like?
A little bit colder, a little bit cloudier, and a whole lot foggier each day as we head through the weekend. And we're starting with that early on today. We're seeing that fog pretty widespread across much of the inland northwest. Moses Lake under a dense fog advisory here in Spokane. Visibility drops depending on where you are in town. Similar story over in Coeur d'Alene, down in Tri-Cities, over in Lewiston, you name it. It is a much foggier start to the day, and expect this to be the trend as we head into the weekend. So we got to burn the fog off before the sun can do its job and start warming us up. Because of that, temperatures are going to feel a little bit cooler today. We should be able to get rid of some of it though, and that sun should do a decent job of warming us up because aside from the fog, there is not a cloud in the sky today. It's very similar to what we've been seeing the past couple, and that's going to be the case today and for the start of tomorrow. So I think today we get into the upper 30s. With how thick the fog is this morning, erase that 40. I don't think we quite get there. It stays quite a bit cooler. Overnight tonight, we dip, more fog tomorrow, a few more clouds during the day, and then by Sunday, it's cooler temperatures and a whole lot of fog, Jen.
All right, Jeremy, thank you so much for that heads up. Well, this morning, experts are removing all Asian giant hornet traps in western Washington. They say the invasive hornets are expected to die off in the colder months, but they say the queens will find a spot to hibernate. Now, although the traps will not be in place, the public is still urged to report sightings to the Department of Agriculture.
Well, here's 3 things you need to know about COVID-19 this morning. Number 1, 6 inmates and 6 corrections officers at Spokane County's Geiger Corrections tested positive for coronavirus. The first positive test came back on Tuesday. A spokesperson for the county says those who tested positive are showing mild or no symptoms. Right now, all inmates are quarantining in one unit while the corrections officers are isolating at home. Number 2, the Grant County Health District announced 10 more deaths tied to coronavirus. Healthcare leaders in Grant County are sharing their experience battling COVID-19.
But I get to talk to the people on the phone. My staff talk to the people on the phone that are sick. And if our public spent a day in our health district talking to people that are sick, I think they'd have a very different perspective on what COVID is in our community.
Strike teams from the state have now been sent to Grant County to work with healthcare facilities. Healthcare workers who work in the facilities attended a super spreader wedding in Ritzville last month. But as of right now, it's not confirmed whether or not they are connected to the deaths. Number 3, Spokane Regional Health District reports 312 new cases on Thursday and 5 new deaths. That brings the total now to 275. 139 people are currently hospitalized. Across the state line, Panhandle Health reports 255 new cases on Thursday. That brings the total number to more than 10,300 cases in North Idaho and 1 new death for a total of 123 cases, and 65 people are currently hospitalized.
7:35 on the dot now. The U.S. is breaking its own records, marking a grim milestone in the fight against coronavirus. In 24 hours, the U.S. set records for the most new infections, hospitalizations, and deaths in a single day. President-elect Joe Biden says he will ask all Americans to wear a mask for his first 100 days in office. He is also retaining Dr. Anthony Fauci to serve as his chief medical advisor.
I asked him to stay on in the exact same role he's had for the past several presidents, and I asked him to be a chief medical advisor for me as well and be part of the COVID team.
Dr. Fauci says he will still have several more meetings with the White House in the coming weeks. And the president-elect says he supports a new $900+ billion stimulus package by the end of the year. It was set forth by Democrats, but it's facing opposition from Republicans. They want to pass a smaller $500 billion bill.
I put forward a serious and highly targeted relief proposal, including the elements which we know the president is ready and willing to sign into law.
President Trump is hopeful Congress can pass a second stimulus bill by the new year. But no matter what happens, Biden says he will pursue a relief package when he takes office January 20th.
All right, let's talk about what's trending now. You may have seen a local viral post from a restaurant expressing frustration about the popularity of Chick-fil-A while small businesses are struggling. The first Chick-fil-A location in Spokane opened its doors on Tuesday with some customers waiting in line for hours. Just take a look at this view from our Sky 2 drone. You can see it wrapping all the way around the block and then onto Highway 2 there. So a lot of people waiting in line. So Tony Brown expressed his frustration. He's the owner of 4 restaurants in Spokane, including Ruins. He wrote a long Facebook and Instagram post about how people are willing to wait hours for a chicken sandwich at Chick-fil-A. Meanwhile, business for him and many others have been slow. His post has been shared thousands of times from people encouraging others to eat local.
This whole pitch on the Facebook was, you know, a larger community, you know, the Cochinitos, you know, the TT's Brewery, the Durkin's, Hatch, you know, all these places that are struggling just like we are. Just a reminder that we're still here.
He says during the second round of restrictions, it's been harder to bounce back than the first time, even with takeout orders. Brown says it's been sporadic, so he's had to make major changes, including laying off 37 employees.
Livelihood, it's our career. I mean, it may seem like I said, food service is kind of low on the totem pole, but there are a select group of restaurants that really do care about the food that they're giving their customers. They care about their employees.
In an interview you saw first on Up with KREM, Spokane Mayor Nadine Woodward said the mayors in Spokane County signed off on a letter encouraging congressional delegates to pass another stimulus bill offering financial help to businesses and unemployed workers. And you know, his post has been shared many times on Instagram and on Facebook. You know, people really saying, you know, while there's a lot of excitement around Chick-fil-A, well, let's bring some of that excitement to our local businesses as well. You know, Chick-fil-A obviously has the backing of a major corporation and has a lot of buying power, but these local businesses, they don't have that.
Yeah, and Jen, you said you already ordered your dinner tonight?
I wanted to make sure my order got in on time, okay?
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because, you know, with the place I'm going to, they're limiting orders because Spokane is turning out in droves to support them. After we've been talking about this week and announcing that they're going to have to maybe shut their doors before the holidays, people turned out to support them, but now they're having to kind of limit, you know, what they can successfully do in a night. But it's just a good reminder that even if you don't buy dinner, maybe you buy a gift card. You can give those out for the holidays. That helps those businesses just get by for the next couple weeks or until this shutdown ends.
Yeah, I mean, we have the end in sight. We just got to get these businesses through for the next few months.
Absolutely.
All right, it is 7:39 now. Well, if you want to get out of the house this weekend, if you feel cooped up, there are still plenty of safe activities to do, and they're running through the rest of the month. So we're going to run down the list next and 2 About Town.
And we're going to break down what you can expect this weekend if you plan on heading out, getting outside. Hint, it's a lot of fog and some cooler temps.